Welcome to Fallout 4, a game developed by Bethesda, where you take the role of the sole survivor, the only surviving member from Vault 111. Travel the nuclear wastelands known as the Commonwealth as you look for your lost child, and handle the grief of knowing you're the last one from before the war. Or are you? Hi, I'm Lunar, and today, I'm looking for a challenge. That's why I've challenged myself to complete all 51 of Fallout 4's achievements and add the Platinum Trophy to my collection. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Remember, get to 750 and I will Platinum Spider-Man Miles Morales. Let's start off with Phase 1. Mainly completing story missions, but also a few side quests that are meant to be beaten early game. The important thing is, I must stop before completing the molecular level. I'll go over that a little later. We begin this game in the bathroom, as I do my makeup like a normal person by changing the structure of my face. Yes, I am human. Do you ride skateboard? I then sit on my couch and watch some TV as a robot slave I own checks on my infant son. When suddenly, knock knock, who's there? A salesman with impeccable timing. As once I finish signing up my family for a nuclear fallout shelter, we get word that the bombs are dropping. So I rush my family over to the vault and head in as the bombs explode. I think I left the oven on. No time to worry about that, since I decide to take a little nap. Waking up many years later to watch my wife die and my son get kidnapped. The shelter's having some minor tech issues, so I grab a gun, kill some massive roaches, grab my Pip-Boy, and exit the bunker into the wastelands. Popping the first trophy, war never changes. I start exploring the wastelands, befriending a dog, and find a group of raiders attacking some people. So I help them out by shooting the raiders and grab a laser musket. Heading inside the building to shoot more raiders, get shot myself, and meet with Preston, the current leader of the Minutemen, who tells me he needs my help. And if you have played this game before, you know he says that a lot. So I grab a set of power armor from the roof, as well as a minigun, and open fire on these raiders. But as I was cleaning them out, a Deathclaw shows up and lives up to his name, until I manage to use my brain and take it down. I then lead the Minutemen to my old home for safety and get the trophy when freedom calls. I took some time to set them up with the basic needs. You know, beds, water, food, anime, the things that everybody needs. Getting the trophy, Sanctuary, as well as Born Survivor for reaching level 5. I then tried to do the mission the first step, but after a death, I figured it was too much to do right now and I'll return to do it later. For now, I decided to make my way over to Diamond City, dying once more on the way, but eventually arriving at the city, where with the help of a reporter and some lies, I enter the city, where I go to meet up with the local detective, but it turns out he got kidnapped. Looks like I'm playing detective now as I head over to Vault 111. You see, I did a bit of research and figured out that there's this little game in the rec room that when I play, I get the trophy Future Retro. I then head over to the subway station and start making my way down to a vault, dying twice on my way down. But when I got into the vault, let me tell you, things got hard. I was kinda out of heals and running really low on ammo, so I was just being turned into Swiss cheese and died 19 freaking times.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry to interrupt the video here. In case you didn't know, my name is Duckling. I'm the new editor for Funhouse Productions. I just wanted to leave a quick message for Lunar here. Bro, you gotta lock in, man. I mean, genuinely, what the hell is this, bro? What the fuck?
But that's not all, because when I finished the mission, I realized I missed a collectible. So for some reason, I decided to do it all again from a checkpoint, adding on another 6 deaths. Oh my god. I did manage to get Nikki out of danger though, getting the trophy Unlikely Valentine. So I meet up with Nikki at his place of business and tell him everything I know about the kidnapping. Let me get this straight. An old man moved into the city alone with a child that you knew wasn't his. And nobody asked any questions. I'm telling you, man, there were Fruit Loops everywhere. He made a connection that the man who took my son is none other than Kellogg, owner of Commonwealth's largest cereal company. We illegally break into Kellogg's home and find some evidence of illegal activities. Not that kind, just human trafficking. Okay, that's not any better. As well, some cigars, which my dog can track. We follow dog meat, die a bit, and find the place Kellogg is in, where I die one more time and grab a Fat Man launcher, which has one mini nuke with it. I then come face to face with Kellogg. He is the Institute's top mercenary, with a kill count higher than any, and a true enemy, a difficult fight. I'm American. I did learn that Sean is in the Institute though, so now I just gotta find a way to get there. I head over to Piper where Nikki gives me some information about a brain scanner, and luckily I have a single fragment, so it's fine, it's enough. I also got the trophy Reunions. Before heading over to the memory scanner though, I decide to try the mission First Step again, and this time it was a lot easier, allowing me to kill the person I was sent to and officially join the Minutemen, getting the trophy First Steps. I then went over to the memory den, dying on the way, as well as getting the trophy Commonwealth Citizen for reaching level 10. And I entered Kellogg's Mine Place, where I found a talking Dorito in a top hat. He offered me secrets of the universe in exchange for a smoothie. Please. Do I look like some idiot to you?
Let me out of here! I've got some children I need to make into corpses!
I get some lore and discover that you entered the Institute by teleportation, as well as there's a scientist out in the glowing sea that can help me get there. With all this new info, I got another trophy, Dangerous Minds. The next mission would be wrapping up phase 1 though, so instead I decided to do some side quests to try and get the rest of the trophies. Starting off with stealing a mini nuke from a shop and using it to get Touchdown. I joined the Brotherhood of Steel, getting the trophy Semper Invisa? Who named this one? I then went to join the Railroad, getting the trophy Tradecraft. Next, I allied 3 settlements with the Minutemen, getting the trophy Community Organizer. I also joined the Minutemen in taking back their old base of operations, which include killing this kaiju. So I do what any rational person would do. Nuke it. I end up getting the trophy, taking Independence for killing the mother, then completed a few more side quests, reaching 10 in total and getting the trophy Gun for Hire. And finally, I helped an old member of the Minutemen build a freaking cannon, which gave me the trophy Old Guns. Let's go ahead and add on all the devs I got during those hours of gameplay. Now all that's left for me to do is head into the glowing sea and meet with Virgil. You okay, man? You look a little green. He tells me I need a Courser chip in order to get into the Institute and helps me find one, taking me to CIT, where there's a lot of gunfire going on and I'm caught in the middle of it. Though I had a few close calls, I actually didn't die here, and I managed to reach a Courser. These things are highly intelligent killing machines who are programmed to take runaway synths back to the Institute by any means. This will be tough. This will be long. This will... Oh, wait. I have another mini nuke. Chat, I think I just committed a war crime. I then collect the chip I need, getting the trophy Hunter Hunted, allowing me to enter phase 2. For this phase, as well as 3 and 4, I need to beat the game with a certain faction, either the Brotherhood, the Railroad, or the Institute. The reason we stop here is that this is the split point where the story changes, and I want to make up some spare saves so I can return to this point later on for the other endings. The ending we're going for first is Brotherhood of Steel, so let's get going. I start off by getting the Railroad to translate the Courser chip. Then I take it back to Virgil and he gives me some blueprints for a teleporter, which I take to the Brotherhood, and we make the teleporter. And by we, I mean me, because apparently I have to do everything around here. I was also given a mission to speak with a scientist before hopping into the teleporter, being torn molecule by molecule, having my very cells transported via electrical signal to a building miles underground. It was utter agony. But hey, I got the trophy, the molecular... Why is that so hard to say? I explore the Institute, finding Sean in the cell, and try to take him back, but he just freaks out. Then this old dude shows up and shuts down Sean, revealing that he is a synth. So I rightfully lose my cool, only for this old dude to tell me he is Sean, he is my son, and he is in charge of the Institute. My God. You're an unk! He gives me a mission to talk with some of the Institute scientists, including the one I need to convince to return to the Brotherhood, which after breaking into Virgil's old lab, I find some incriminating evidence and convince her to leave the Institute. I then finish talking with the other scientists and get the trophy institutionalized. Returning to the Brotherhood, where they tell me our big plan. It involves a giant robot and some nukes. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. I break into an old hospital and get a high-powered magnet. I then team up with Dance and find some unused nuclear warheads, as well as have my schizophrenia act up. Do you guys see the dancing elephants too?
Oh my swaz, I'm finally not alone.
But when I return to the airship, the captain is peeved. Sir, I did everything you told me to. Even the mass genocide of an innocent group of people who are working to free the synths. Turns out, Dance is a synth, and the Brotherhood is very racist against synths. So racist, in fact, that they tell me to kill him. Sir, I am 99% sure that is considered a hate crime. I execute Dance without second thought, getting the trophy, blind betrayal, as well as promotion to Paladin. Is there a reason we had to commit a hate crime for that? With that done, I collect one last item, the power source for our giant robot, and power it up. Walk down the streets of Boston, nuking everything that moves, and blasting a massive hole in the ground leading to the Institute. So I do what any rational person would do. Jump in the hole. Getting the trophy ad victoriam for my efforts. We raid the entire Institute, leaving no survivors. Even though I kinda promised my dying son that I would save the innocents. Oopsie daisies. And I set a bomb on the facility's power source, which, mind you, is a nuclear reactor. I teleport out and nuke the facility. I'm sure this won't have any lasting consequences on the local ecosystem, but I did get the trophies, the nuclear option, and prepared for the future, which wraps up Phase 2. Phase 3 is quite similar to Phase 2. For this one, I have to beat the game, but side with the railroad. Well, kinda. See, if I go up to Rocket's Red Glare, I can actually continue with the Institute and beat the game with them instead of the railroad, which is my plan. I redo the molecular level, but this time instead of teaming with the Brotherhood, I team up with the railroad and make the teleporter at their base. I do have to listen to Sean yap again about saving the world or something. I don't know. Sounds like some pro AI nonsense. But this time, instead of talking to a doctor in the Institute, I talk with this random employee in the broom closet, and I promise we weren't saying Gex. He did, however, introduce me to a synth, and we talked about saving some of the synths from the Institute. I just need to get a security code from the Cambridge Polymer Labs. I head in and meet with a robot who puts me to work. Hey, no. This is not how that's supposed to work. You're supposed to do the jobs I don't want to do. I do some science, cause some explosions, and meet with the acting director, who the Clanker murders in cold blood without a second thought. And y'all thought I was the sociopath. On the bright side, I got the username and password I needed and hand them off to my little helper. And I'm told it's going to take some time to prepare, so I need to keep working with the Institute. My first job is to get a synth and return it home. Should be easy enough. Just gotta go out to the stock and... Do you hear that? Okay, so this might have been a little harder than it needed to be, mainly because somebody decided it would be a great idea to give this little random raider a freaking fat man. So I just got nuked a lot. Until I went in throwing Molotovs everywhere and using my minigun to give people new holes. I then go to the synth and shut them down with a code. Up next is to go to Bunker Hill and collect some missing synths. But this mission is way easier. Since I befriended everyone on the save file, none of the factions that are here can damage me. So I can just run right in. Power of friendship, Nicky. Except I did decide to set the synths free, and the courser that was with me got a little angies. So I took him out like old Yeller. But neither of those missions gave me trophies. Rather, when I returned to the Institute, where Sean tells me he's dying, gave me the trophy, Mankind Redefined. He also put me in charge of the Institute. My first act is to collect a nuclear power source for our reactor, which is the same power source that I collected for the giant robot earlier, so of course I got it with no issues. Except, well, one death. But hey, I got the power source and booted up the reactor, getting the trophy, powering up. Afterwards, I get word that the Brotherhood is attacking the railroad, so I rush over to help them out, and they give me the trophy, underground, undercover. Taking out an entire army with a gun and my dreams. The time has come to take down the Brotherhood once and for all. A few of us head over to a police station where they're hiding in and clear them out, dying once more. But I am able to secure their little vertibird helicopter thingy. I don't know. I'm not an engineer. But it does give us access to the airship. So we fly on over and I sneak on board, planting some high-level explosives on their fuel source. It is very important that I do this carefully, as one misstep could lead to, Can you excuse me for a second? Slimy. We are so screwed. I managed to place the charges and escape to the helicopter, taking off as everybody and their parents are shooting at me. So we destroyed the airship and get the trophy, Rocket's Red Glare, which ends Phase 3. On to Phase 4, which only has one trophy since I already completed the Institute missions. And since I destroyed the Brotherhood without making an enemy of the Institute, I can just pick up where I left off, only needing to complete 2 missions. So let's run through them real quick. I meet with Sean and he tells me that the railroad is a problem that must be dealt with. So I head back to their HQ and take them all out once again. I then return to meet with Sean and sit with him as he dies, giving me the trophy, Nuclear Family. Your son died! Here, have a reward! And that ends Phase 4. See? I told you that was quick. Now for Phase 5, which actually took me about as long as the other trophies took. A bunch of miscellaneous things that you would actually need to go out of the way to do. I did already get 2 though. I got Scaver for collecting 1,000 junk, and Unstoppable Wanderer for reaching level 25. Both gained during the Brotherhood ending, leaving me with just 19 to get. So let's get started. I start off with the easiest of the group, Home Run, which I got for running around Diamond City. I then dropped a live grenade into a random citizen's pocket. I'm sure he's fine. Getting Prancer's Return. After that, I started collecting bobbleheads, getting 10, which gave me They're Not Dolls. While collecting the other 10, I came across 100 named locations, getting the trophy Ranger Corpse, and killed 300 human enemies, getting Mass Hole. I swear that's not a swear. I also came across the super mutant named Strawn who wanted to join my travels, being companion number 5, so I got Never Go It Alone. I then collected the last bobblehead, getting the trophy Their Action Figures. The next collectible is magazines, which I need 20 of, and got them rather quickly actually, getting Prince Not Dead. I also got Fixer Upper for creating 100 workshop items while setting up for a later trophy, as well as What's Yours Is Mine for picking 50 locks. That one was easy since I tend to opt in for picking locks during the story. I then went ahead and teamed up with Nikki, taking down an old mob boss from my time, and he decided that he loves me, getting the trophy Lovable. I also killed 300 animal enemies, getting Animal Control, as well as 5 big enemies, getting The Harder They Fall. I then spam crafted chems at Sanctuary till I got the trophy Wasteland DIY for crafting 100. I crafted 50 weapon mods, getting Armed and Dangerous, hacked 50 terminals, getting Robco's Worst Nightmare, which was harder than it needed to be since I couldn't find a single terminal for the longest time, but not as hard as the 50 miscellaneous objectives since I ended the game with the Institute and couldn't do the vertebrate cheat. But thanks to the wiki, I got them done, getting Mercenary. Up next was getting a large settlement to max happiness, which I do want to thank the YouTuber Reload, where thanks to his video, I actually didn't spend hours in the game trying to get it naturally. Instead, I made an alcoholic who is happy as long as he has beer, getting me Benevolent Leader. And finally, I spammed down shells for a few hours till I managed to get to level 50, getting Legend of the Waste, then the Platinum right after. If you enjoyed this video and want to support us, then become a member today for as little as $5. You'll get perks such as a private channel on my Discord server, access to DLC trophy collection, and a shout out at the end of each video. And while you're at it, why not check out my other social links? Make sure you leave a like and let me know in the comments below what other games you'd like to see me platinum. This is Lunar Shadows, signing out.
My mom just texted me and said I left the stove on at home and I haven't